Hey to all you fellow rock tumblers out there, look at this big pile of rocks I've got here. I found all these myself at the South Larremore Ranch in West Texas. There's a big variety of stones in here. Mostly jaspers, I suppose, but there are some agates as well and some other miscellaneous type rocks that I'm quite honestly not sure what they are. Maybe a little rhyolite, maybe a little basalt. Regardless, let's find out how these South Larremore Ranch rocks tumble and polish. I'm going to go ahead and get these in a 4-pound barrel, get them rolling in the coarse grit, keep them rolling until they're nice and smooth. And then after that, I'll bring them back in here and show you what they look like before moving them onto the polishing stages. Well, check it out. Our South Larremore Ranch rocks are finally finished with the coarse grit grinding. Most of these are in very good shape. And I think once these get polished, oh, they're really going to be stunning. I believe we've got us a good batch here, but you never know. There will probably be some duds in here. Some of these rhyolite pieces like this, well, maybe they'll take a good shine, but don't get your hopes up. Most of these, however, will be, I think, beautiful once they're finished. What I'll do next is get these in the vibratory tumbler. I'll go through, well, 4 different grits over 10 days. Once I'm finished, I'll bring all these back in here and I'll show you what they look like. Well, what do you think? The South Larremore Ranch rocks are all finished with the polishing. It has been several weeks since this started. And I think we got some pretty good results. Let me show you some of the nicer ones. Let's begin with this shiny rock. Check that out. What is that, I don't know, quartzite maybe? I'm not sure. It's pretty whatever it is. It took a good tumble and shine. It's got some interesting details in it. There are several examples of this. Let's just call it a yellow jasp agate. Isn't that beautiful, that pattern in there? There are a lot of these rocks out there in West Texas. In fact, I'm working on another just tumbling video of nothing but this yellow jasp agate, and it's turning out beautiful. Keep an eye out for that one. This one didn't take a great shine, but it's interesting, right? It's probably just that, amygdaloidal basalt, maybe? Or rhyolite, probably? Honestly, I'm no geologist. I don't know, but it looks interesting. It's got some parts that took a shine, but the rest of it didn't. Little pockets of goodness in there, right? Now, this one I would call banded chert. This is very similar to what I find in Central Texas. Got the lines in it. Not very big, but I think still an interesting pattern, don't you agree? I'm going to call this one red jasper. I think that's what it is. It's a little coarse on the one side, but it's pretty smooth on the other side. It's got a great color. Here's an example of one of the rocks that did not take a great shine, but it's still an interesting looking rock. I like the pattern in it quite a bit. But I guess it was just a little too soft to take that mirror-like shine that I like. Now this small rock may be my favorite of the whole batch right here. It's very interesting looking. You can see it's agate, right? You see the chalcedony in there. But then it has that odd, like brownish, yellowish host rock. But see inside there, you can just make out the depth of that chalcedony. It's definitely agate, whatever it is. This one's a little different. It's sort of bluish colored. And as you can see, it has those little seams that are sort of, light brown maybe. Not a perfect tumble, but still an interesting little rock, I think. This little piece is cool because it has red in it. You'll see it right there. Oh yeah, that's nice. So yellow and red, nice combination. Good looking little rock. I hope you agree. This is another one that I'll just call banded chert. It does look like what I find here in Central Texas with the banding in it. Check out the cool design on this one here. Speaking of banding, look at that. Wow. If only this rock could talk and let us know its history. How on earth did it ever form like that with those lines, those intersecting lines there? Super cool. Now, although this one didn't take a great shine, it's still a very interesting rock. Look at the pattern in there. Also that, amygdaloidal something. You see the chalcedony there? So it's definitely somewhat agate-y. Even though it didn't take a good polish, I really like the way this rock turned out. I think it shows some really cool details. And speaking of cool details, check this one out. I'm not sure what this one is. It has that light colored, oh gosh, like a, well, agate type material, but notice how it's surrounded by that very fine, whatever that is, like a webbing or something. How interesting. You see that in there? Oh, I think that's super cool. Don't know what it is, but I like it. It's time for another one of those jasp agates. Got a bunch of these. This one is just filled with cool pattern. Check all that out in there. Oh, I think that's gorgeous. Yes, very cool. Just 2 more to go. Check this one out here. What an interesting looking rock. It almost looks like it was spray painted. You see what I'm talking about? Have you ever spray painted something where you use, I don't know, a piece of cardboard or something to screen off one area? It looks like someone was just spray painting this thing and covering certain areas to make those lines. Wow, what a neat looking rock. Don't know what it is. Really like it a lot though. And I'll end with this big guy here, another one of those jasp agates, the yellow jaspery type rocks, which normally have a little bit of chalcedony in them, although I don't know if I see any on this one. There is some red right there at the end. That's interesting. As you can see, it took a great tumble. Nearly flawless. Actually, it might be. Let's see. Do we see any problems with this one? I think it's pretty good. I'm just looking at the reflection to see if I can spot any obvious surface flaws. Right there, maybe. Otherwise, it's a darn good tumble and polish. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tumbling these South Larremore Ranch rocks out there in West Texas, where all the good rocks come from. I can't wait to get back out there and find some more of these. Thanks again for watching.